Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Moments. Today, we have a lot of exciting topics to cover. From the official Merrygoround music video premiering exclusively on Spotify in just 2 days, to the heartwarming glances between Jimin and Jungkook that have once again captured fans' attention, the surprising truth behind their little white lie that only came to light years later, and finally, the Taekook dating rumor that ultimately turned out to be full of inconsistencies. So make sure to watch until the end because there are plenty of interesting details you won't want to miss. Now let's get started. The long-awaited Merry-Go-Round music video is finally almost here. In just 2 days, fans will be able to watch the exclusive music video through K-pop on Spotify. After such a long wait, the song is finally getting official visuals that promise to offer listeners a whole new experience. So don't forget to mark your calendars, turn on your reminders, and get ready for its exclusive premiere on Spotify. Now, let's move on to something that never fails to capture people's attention, the way Jimin and Jungkook look at each other. If you truly pay attention to their interactions, there's something that's difficult to describe with words alone. The way Jimin looks at Jungkook always carries a unique emotional intensity. His gaze isn't just an ordinary look, it seems filled with warmth, affection, admiration, care, and an effortless sense of trust. It's almost as if, whenever their eyes meet, time briefly stands still and the world around them disappears. In moments like these, Jimin looks at Jungkook with remarkable gentleness. The sparkle in his eyes seems to express more than 1,000 words ever could. Without saying anything, he conveys comfort, appreciation, and the emotional bond they've built over so many years. His gaze becomes a silent language understood only by the two of them. Interestingly, Jungkook reflects that same energy. The way he looks at Jimin carries just as much emotional depth. Time and time again, cameras have captured Jungkook watching Jimin with bright eyes, a soft smile, and an expression filled with pride. There's a sense of calm in his eyes, but also genuine excitement whenever Jimin is nearby. His gaze gives the impression that he finds comfort, security, and happiness in Jimin's presence. One of the most captivating moments is Jungkook's expression after looking at Jimin. He often bursts into laughter before breaking into a shy little smile, almost as if he suddenly realizes the cameras are watching him. The combination of his warm gaze, spontaneous laughter, and gentle smile creates moments that feel incredibly natural. There may be no lengthy conversation, but those expressions alone seem to convey how comfortable, happy, and appreciative he feels when he's with Jimin. Perhaps that's why so many people feel their interactions are so genuine. It's not because of what they say, but because of the body language that naturally emerges. Their subtle smiles, eye contact, laughter, and the way they pay attention to each other often speak louder than words. What's especially fascinating is how they return each other's gaze. In those brief moments when their eyes meet, it almost feels as though they're communicating in a language that requires no translation. No words are exchanged, yet countless emotions seem to pass between them. Their soft smiles, gentle expressions, and meaningful eye contact tell the story of a bond that has grown stronger over many years. Maybe that's why so many fans are touched whenever they witness these interactions. Not because there's anything to prove, but because the warmth they radiate feels so natural. The affection, admiration, trust, and emotional connection reflected in their eyes are difficult to ignore precisely because they appear spontaneous rather than staged. In the end, only those who truly notice the little details are able to appreciate the meaning behind each glance. Sometimes, the most sincere emotions are never spoken aloud, they're simply reflected through two pairs of eyes that understand each other. Speaking of Jimin and Jungkook, there's another interesting story that made many fans smile. It turns out they once gave us a little white lie. Of course, not in a negative sense. It's more of an adorable secret that only became apparent years later when fans discovered something they had quietly kept as part of their private lives. Do you remember their live stream before the Busan concert? During the broadcast, Jimin and Jungkook mentioned that they hadn't been back to Busan for quite some time. Most fans believed them because it sounded perfectly reasonable. However, sometime later, a commemorative plaque at Hadamso Gopchang Sundiguk restaurant stated, BTS Jimin and Jungkook visited in 2024. The discovery surprised many fans because it revealed they had actually visited together without the public ever knowing. Interestingly, most fans weren't disappointed at all. Instead, they found the revelation incredibly sweet. It served as a reminder that what we see is only a small part of their lives. We enjoy their concerts, live streams, documentaries, and official content, but they still deserve personal moments that don't have to be shared with the public. Over the years, Jimin and Jungkook have consistently protected their privacy. They've never felt the need to announce every trip, meeting, or activity they enjoy together. Not because they have something to hide, but because everyone deserves a private life. What's fascinating is that these stories often surface years later through old photographs, comments from business owners whose places they visited, or tiny details that unexpectedly become public. Every time that happens, fans realize there are probably countless beautiful memories we'll never know about. And perhaps that's what makes it so heartwarming. While fans spend time piecing together timelines and guessing what they were doing, Jimin and Jungkook simply live their lives peacefully. They choose what they want to share while keeping the rest private. Regardless of how anyone interprets their relationship, one thing is undeniable: they've grown up together over many years. They trained together, overcame challenges, worked on countless projects, and created memories that the public will never fully see. Now let's move on to the alleged Taekook dating rumor that gained attention this week. Many Taekook supporters pointed to the story as evidence of a relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook. Some even used it to mock Jikook supporters by claiming that Jikook is over. However, as often happens, the rumor eventually backfired. From the beginning, the story about Taehyung and Jungkook supposedly meeting at a bar in Las Vegas contained numerous inconsistencies. The rumor originated from an anonymous social media account claiming to have seen the two together after a concert. According to the post, they appeared extremely close, were allegedly holding hands several times. Jungkook supposedly wrapped his arm around Taehyung's waist, and even whispered something that made Taehyung laugh. The problem was that none of these claims were supported by verifiable evidence. There were no clear photos, no videos, and no additional witnesses confirming the story. When people asked for proof, the account owner claimed they intentionally chose not to take pictures out of respect for the members' privacy. However, that explanation only raised another question. If privacy was truly the priority, why post the story on social media and allow it to go viral? Sometime later, the account owner published a lengthy statement admitting that the entire story had been fabricated. They described it as a social experiment designed to demonstrate how easily people believe unverified information. They even admitted that some of the images had been manipulated using AI technology. Even so, many people felt the confession only came after the deception had begun to unravel. The explanation of it being a social experiment was widely viewed as an attempt to justify the fabrication rather than the original intention. Whatever the motive may have been, the incident serves as an important reminder that in the age of AI, creating convincing fake images and believable narratives has become easier than ever. That's why it's always important to verify information before believing or sharing it. We should never allow opinions or anonymous claims to become accepted as facts simply because they sound convincing. Unfortunately, when some users pointed out inconsistencies and questioned the authenticity of the evidence, the response wasn't a fact-based discussion. Instead, critics were accused of being jealous, hateful, or trying to attack others. As a result, what should have been a conversation focused on evidence quickly turned into fan wars. Regardless of which ship anyone supports, spreading unverified information ultimately harms everyone, especially the BTS members, who continue to become targets of rumors, speculation, and false narratives that are often treated as if they were facts. As fans, we're all free to have our own perspectives and interpretations of the members' interactions. However, it's far wiser to base discussions on verifiable facts rather than assumptions or anonymous stories. That way, we can appreciate their genuine moments together without contributing to rumors that may not be true. In the end, what matters most is respecting their privacy as individuals while continuing to support both their careers and the friendship they've built over so many years. And that's all for today's discussion. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest updates about BTS, Jimin and Jungkook. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, continue supporting BTS in a positive way. See you next time, Army.